Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we'll look into a scenario in which Germany goes to war with EU. Although Germany might get allies, there's going to be allies. So yeah, brace for the storm. Which could be major for Germany, but we're keeping the US out, as the US is in a state of isolationism, I say. The US is like, who cares what happens in Europe? It's none of our concern. Okay. Yeah. And now, guys, we're ready to begin. Why is Germany red? Because they need to have time to attack first, I guess. They're definitely going to invade Denmark, probably the fastest invasion of all. With the invasion of the Netherlands, they quickly managed to seize some lands. They invade Poland, who is slightly technically stronger, but yeah. For the sake of this video, yeah. And let's see the invasion of Denmark. And yeah, they don't fall in 6 hours like they did last time to Germany. They fall in 8 hours. Now the blue team will counterattack. As now we're basically playing a turn game. As France moves all the way to the Rhine River, and Poland starts its counter-offensive. But countries like Czechia and Austria struggle a bit more to hold lands, as Czechia falls back, Prague is captured, and Austria falls back slightly. Although not all the way to the Italian border because of the Alps. With France finally crossing. But a major country joins. Yep, major. Belarus. Did you expect the entrance of Belarus? Belarus moving up to Kaliningrad. But Belarus's offensive freezing and they're starting to get pushed back. But with them being threatened for invading Belarus by Russia, who threatens to join this war. And it is at this point, Ukraine and Moldova join the war. They join the EU finally. And so Russia is ready for its invasion of Ukraine. What? I thought he was losing in that invasion. Well, not the same invasion we know and believe in. Nope. With nobody listening when Russia said if Belarus doesn't get kicked out, consequences will be major. With the EU now trying to get new members, but struggling severely. With Russia invading from Kaliningrad to Belarus, Belarus takes this opportunity to connect with Russian front lines to get Russian supplies from 2 spots now. And an invasion of Ukraine begins. Georgia doesn't join the war, though. Because they're lacking and not ready for the conflict. With countries like Macedonia declaring war, Bosnia, Montenegro chilling. Why would Bosnia join? Well, Albania joins. Kosovo then joins. Serbia enters. Turkey enters the war. And that's pretty much all of the enlargement of the conflict. Can these nations beat Europe? Well, the counterattack being made against France pushed them all the way back to the Rhine River. Which is a success. And with the push into Poland stalemating out. With the push towards Vienna restarting. And then moving into Vienna and quickly after taking Bratislava after taking Vienna. With Austria falling to the Germans soon after. Hungary is being invaded now. With these areas getting invaded. But at this time, Germany has a major failure against the French front. With French, Italian, Irish, and many other forces joining. And Britain starts threatening Ireland. and Germany allows it. And so they move to this area. But at this point, German lines move over here. And they save the front line drastically by pushing it back to here. But this time, there's a counter attack here. But just to let you know, guys, Serbia illegally, we're going to use that word because we can, annexes Montenegro to get ready for conflict. With the Turkish offensive into Greece beginning, long after they've taken over Cyprus, so they move into Crete. The island fighting happens first. They manage to take naval supremacy and air supremacy, even over Athens, so they take the city. At this time, Serbia's invasion begins, so this is where they're technically a threat. But them meeting up with Turkish front, which means this area is a pocket. It's held by Italy now. Italy has secured it. But this is where Germany starts an invasion of northern Italy. And into Tyrol. South Tyrol. With Poland having a breakthrough on the German lines. With Finland preparing for its invasion of Russia. We managed to have some success invading Russia. I was once doing Hoi 4, right? So the Soviets once won this war against Finland. So I was watching it with AIs playing, but then I decided to play as the Soviets for a second. So I managed to get Russia to go to war with Finland, and they took these lands. How? How likely? But with the Baltic front being ready for the fall of the Baltics. But Finland is keeping them supplied. Along with Sweden. With Estonia falling, Latvia falls quickly after. With Ukraine being refusive to surrender. With Germany being willing to negotiate. But their negotiations fail with Europe, but they work with the United Kingdom after Ireland supposedly, not probably, invaded. They use Ireland took Northern Ireland. Rebels overthrown Northern Ireland, right? And now Britain's at war with Ireland. As they move through the island, who knew? Morocco has just joined, but something big is going to happen down there. Looks like Germany is going to expand east. Right now, the eastern areas are doing the best. With Bulgaria's coast falling. And Ukraine being pushed back in the south, but they managed to push the Russians out of the north. And Russia's infuriated again. With them maneuvering troops around Venice. Why, do you think, guys? Because Venice is an important port city for Italy. And taking part of it allows Germany to move into the Baltics. With Serbia finally making air domination, they just attack Bosnia, which on the coast they meet up. As a few strong nations are here, with Italy having a major success. With Anschluss about to happen. With Austria, after being conquered by the Germans, being the only nation to have being forced to join Germany or give lands after losing. And that's what it looks like now. For some reason, they decided to join, but for another reason, the Moroccans invaded very successful. With American weapons. How they get American weapons? Who knows? With them taking the capital of Algeria and having seized these lands, Algeria refuses to surrender until they fully fall. But Morocco, with now the strength, moves into Spain, which is a big blow for Europe, the European Union, who's being invaded by a few nations. with Britain finally making a landing in the north coast of France. Are they a strong military? I'm not sure. With a northern attack into Germany happening again, Germany is pushed all the way to the north, all the way towards the Denmark south border. But Germany outsmarts these forces and goes around. And this may be a long video, but usually war scenarios are longer. Hence why I didn't make many for next week. All the videos for next week are recorded now. They start on Sunday and end on Friday. All the big videos, not all the shorts. But you should check out the shorts. With Germany greatly increasing its military strength, and its budgets have doubled in these years. Probably been 10 years of fighting. With Poland on the brink of losing its coast. With Serbia making a plan with Turkey to do this. And then they call Belarus and Russia to add to it. With it really separating Europe between the powers. With Hungary on the brink after, well, yeah, they lose their capital, along with Slovakia and Czechia falling to German forces. Albania and Greece soon fall. And then this is what Poland looks like before it dies. And so, the coastal offensive by Turkey and Russia has also been a success. So they go through Moldova, which I believe is mountainous, but who even knows why they can do this. As they move up from in Bulgaria and they go take the capital of Romania. Romania is really weak now, with some nations still left to fall, some parts of Ukraine, which is mountainous. Romania just surrenders here to lose the least amount of land. And then Ukraine is just there, still standing in the north, west. They're invaded on 4 fronts, but who even knows how they're still standing. And it looks like the war is going to stalemate out, with German, Russian, Turkish, and all the forces moving towards the western front. France is pushed on edge, with Britain's front already stabilized. And yeah. Germany moves in through the Netherlands, and down behind French lines, to here. And then now Germany is working on encircling this, which they managed to do, but a lot of French forces are now moved, but weaponry is seized. With Britain launching its offensive towards Paris as Germany is doing it. As the Paris front is meted by both troops, and they encircle British and German, and they take the city. This is where peace is offered. Especially to a lot of the nations. And peace is finally agreed upon. After Russia moves up, they get the Arctic Ocean access, which has a city, I believe, while Russia moves into here. Don't know if this is strategically important, but they do move into there, and an agreement is signed. An agreement is signed with all the nations, as Western Europe is really strong and hard to invade. So yeah. Eastern Europe has fallen, the Balkans have fallen, the lowlands, Ireland, and parts of Africa. And this is what would happen if Germany and the EU went to war. It probably wouldn't happen like this. I would say most likely, if this did happen in real life, Germany would be crushed in a few days. And you know what else would happen if this was real life? America would come. And so would Canada. Britain would be on the side of the EU. You know who else would be? Norway, Iceland, Greenland. Yep, you heard that right. It would be a cakewalk. Just kidding about that. Now for the peace treaty. Out of the war, in terms of land area directly annexed, Germany gained a lot of land, but they've made a bunch of puppets too, including Poland, which is weak looking personally. They unify these two, but are they going to stay united? Probably not. Britain joined that union. Now these nations are independent. They're the EU. And Morocco just annexed all of Algeria and parts of Spain. And you know what they named themselves? The New Arab Empire. And they're planning to take over the Arab world. Yep. And yeah, Turkey is pretty strong looking. Look at it. It doesn't annex a lot of land, but still looks pretty strong. Yugoslavia looks good. Germany is all over the place. Like, I don't even know if I like Germany's border. But England, which is a United Kingdom, right? Annexed Ireland. Yep, as if that's going to stay together. And you know what else they annexed? Parts of France. So they did a pretty good job. But a good job, then again, could mean a million different things. And thank you guys for watching today's video. That's pretty much all for today's video. Please like and subscribe. Wild Mapper out. The end. Bye, guys. Now we're at 853 subscribers. So if you guys can you please subscribe? We have 147 subscribers left till we reach our goal. So if you could, please subscribe. That's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out. But not until you subscribe. So go subscribe.